So y'all know me, man. I'm emotional. I like to. I say what I feel, man. I like you today, hate you the next day, but it is what it is. Maybe you did something. So they started talking about Drew Brees and his statements, which to me.
Re-say it. Who's talking about Drew Brees?
Oh, Charles Barkley, Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith,
okay.
Sir Charles Barkley.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure people know what he said, but it was more of a disrespect to anybody kneeling for the flag. When what Colin Kaepernick did all those years ago had nothing to do with the flag. It's revisiting what he said. I was in the Air Force. You kneeling for the national anthem does not disrespect me because you have the right to protest. You have the right to not stand for it, just like you had a right to stand for it. And anybody that knows that understands that. It's not disrespectful. It's your right.
And you're not forcing it either way to stand or kneel or sit or whatever.
Exactly. So, Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal's their statements were, what he said was very disrespectful. But I know Drew Brees, and he's not a racist, and what he said was at the spur of the moment and all this, and he shouldn't be penalized.
Who said this? Shaq?
Charles Barkley and Shaq.
Okay.
They did a lot of tap dancing for that man.
Okay. Buffing off the rough edge.
You should have seen.
Man, clean up that mess over there, man.
You should have seen these two guys, right? And I'm just watching it. And it was a lot of tap dancing and don't come too hard on him and give him what he needs. And look, so when
it gives it more validity when you got two black guys.
Yeah,
you're absolutely right.
Here's where the validity, you know what you said.
Uh-huh.
Here's where that drops. Ernie Johnson said, "I'm white."
I already know.
And he said, "I talk to people, and they opened my eyes to a lot of stuff, and we need to stop standing in front of the flag as anything we want to disrespect somebody, we mention the flag, and that gives us a pass." He said, maybe we need to understand what's going on. Kenny Smith. Ryan know how I feel about Kenny Smith. On the basketball side, not too much of a fan. But just like Dwayne Wade dropped the spot, Kenny Smith then rose a spot. Kenny Smith said, I don't feel the same way Charles and Shaq do. I feel disrespected. I don't know Drew Brees. And I'm not about to help Drew Brees find out how to help people. He said if Drew Brees wanted to go help hungry kids, he would just feed them. He wouldn't ask, how do I help them?
Right.
Drew Brees got egg on his face, and he tried to wipe it off.
With that bootleg apology. Get that crap out of here.
Get that out of here.
You said what you said, stand by it.
You said what you said and stand on it. But here's the thing about it that's more crazy. One time that season, Drew Brees was on his knees.
Correct.
So, dude, are you dumb or are you stupid?
Here's my take.
Flat out.
I didn't see Shaq and Charles.
Go ahead.
I didn't see them. I saw what Drew Brees had to say, and it bothered me. Then I saw the apology. That bothered me even more. Here's the thing.
Right.
If you don't think people should kneel, I guess you have a right to feel that way.
Yeah,
exactly.
What I will say is this. You live in a city like New Orleans. There's a lot of color there. Mm-hmm. I looked up and down that roster. There's a lot of color there. So I can't give you a pass because if nothing else, you should be empathetic. If you felt that people should kneel, keep it to yourself because now is not the time. Because as you mentioned earlier, which we didn't get on tape, so we'll go back and review that, the fact that we living in the country that we're living in now and a person's neck was kneeled on, That's the reason he was kneeling in the first place.
In the first place.
It wasn't a matter of disrespect. It was to say, hey, you know what? There are 50, 60, 75,000 people in this stadium looking, and there are millions on television looking. Hey, I need to get you. And I'm gonna take
and I know Ryan, I want to jump in here, but when Colin Kaepernick first took this stance and this silent protest and wanted to bring awareness to the situation, he wasn't kneeling, he was sitting down. A veteran of the military asked him why was he sitting down. He explained it to him, and that veteran told him, well, I will feel more comfortable if you kneeled. So for Drew Brees to get on here and talk about kneeling is disrespectful to the flag, a veteran is the one who told Colin Kaepernick to kneel. So at the end of the day, Drew Brees, stop talking, go out here and win and not win another Super Bowl.
Because if anybody should shut up and play, it's you.
And yeah, exactly, and ride off into the sunset.
But it's split in half, or it might be 70-30, or it might be 60-40 with Drew Brees, because a lot of people, I listen to the radio every day, national talk radio, and the sentiment is, this is your job, play sports, just shut up and play ball. Okay, that's how a lot of people feel. Then you got people who have an opinion on whether you should kneel, and they try to deflect what it actually is about. They try to make it for the flag and against police and against the military. And then you're wasting time by explaining to people what it actually means. And so it's a lot of deflecting. It's a lot of misinformation. At the end of the day, Drew Brees has to play with black players who don't respect him now. On the surface, they had to make their little apologies, and I accept your apologies and stuff, but the sentiment in the locker room moving forward is you one of them.
He's going to have a hard time leaving a lot of those.
You put yourself out there, and you're going to have to stand on that.
I agree.
But you know what, though? You know what, Ryan? I agree with you, but you know what?
Some things you got to stand on. Some things you got to stand on.
But here's
Drew Brees, you got to stand on.
But here's the thing, right? So I agree with everything you said. Him kneeling when he did was fake.
Was that go with the flow? I support you.
Yes, right. And I think, and I'm gonna say like this, I think he might have forgot that he kneeled.
It's the age, fool. You know what age we living in. We got pictures.
Well, see, but here's the thing. Our show is based on basketball, right? I'm a football fan too, but here's the thing, right? So it's a lot of black faces in the locker room, but a lot of them black faces go home to a white woman. So they don't care as much as we think, y'all. It's a bunch of suckers on that team too. And there's a lot of suckers that secretly was high-fiving Drew Brees. A lot of them. Like, I'm serious. Think about that. Because we gonna find out if that lineman, that offensive lineman, don't get that blocked. And he let somebody come through and take Drew Brees' neck off. We'll find out.
Drew Brees.
Because, hey, Drew Brees, if I was blocking for you, you probably wouldn't finish this season, bro.
It'd be all about Jameis, huh? Or whoever they sign.
But you got.
Remember the Titans? Y'all saw Remember the Titans?
Mm-hmm.
With Denzel?
Mm-hmm.
And homeboy didn't block for quarterback. He let somebody through.
Right on through there.
You'll get put to sleep.
I didn't hear the audible. Oh, okay.
I ain't hear switch the play. I didn't hear that.
Ron, here's the thing though. There's a lot of black athletes that don't even care, and they live in their own little bubble. I'm making money. I want to get these women. I want to get these cars. Y'all deal with that.
Facts. But you know what though? Here's the crazy part. I don't want us to jump off what we do because we like to come on here and have fun. But remember can't remember the brother name, played for Milwaukee, got roughed up by the cops a couple years ago.
Yeah. I can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, I think his last name Brown. Remember, Cephalosha
got his leg broke.
Cephalosha.
Got his leg broke in New York. Yeah.
Now, all you NBA cats is standing up. Y'all own players was getting beat up, roughed up. Y'all come from areas, the same areas me, the same areas I come from, Dave come from, Ryan I come from. We know what cops have been doing to our people for decades and centuries. We understand this. But now all of a sudden y'all want to talk. People on y'all team was getting smacked around by cops. Man, come on. Look, all of this is because it's the popular thing to do. Do I want 2020 to be the year where the world changed for us? Yes. Is it likely? No.
I'm gonna say this, and then I'm gonna leave it alone. Let y'all provoke me some more. I was having a conversation yesterday, as a matter of fact, and the thing that bothers me the most about this incident, and obviously what I'm referring to is George Floyd, is this. Mm-hmm. We're watching literally, first of all, as it's all replayed, there was multiple cameras outside the store, whatever. So he's been apprehended. He's in handcuffs. He's standing up, not resisting, not flailing, nothing. Then later we see from the cell phone camera, he's on the ground. But what bothers me more than anything else and sets the tone for what we saw and shows me what the intent was, not only are you being filmed and not only are you being yelled at that what you're doing isn't right, they got you on camera and you still didn't feel the need to stop.
You still didn't care.
You felt it was okay.
You felt it was okay.
But let's take it a step further.
So then you've done this before. You've been here before. That's why I want to get at.
You've been here before.
You've been here.
Oh yeah. That cop's a complete dirtbag.
Let's take this a step further though, because we talk about the intimidation and the bullying of white folks over black folks. Let's talk about the people that were actually filming and deemed themselves helpless while they witnessed a black man getting murdered because they saw a white guy, a white cop, in a position of power. And see, that's the bigger picture where if that was your mama, that was your daddy, you might do something.
Absolutely.
You might not.
Absolutely.
You might not though, because that's a white cop, and I can't possibly do anything to a white cop.
This is the statement I made last night. I said, to be honest, especially with it being a stranger, when you bring family into it, I'm a father, I'm a son, I'm a brother, that's different. But a stranger, in order for me to successfully remedy that situation, I got to shoot all four of them. Because if I tackle one, I'm on the ground too.
See,
if I shoot one, I'm on the ground too.
And that's the thing.
What choice do I have?
I agree. I think it's a very dicey situation. You have to listen, man. When you go to war, because that's war. You're going to war. When you go to war, you have to be willing to die.
Facts.
And for my mom, my family, my kids, I'm willing to die. I don't know if somebody that you don't know,
right,
are you willing to die?
Right.
Because
words weren't enough.
Mind you, it's more people out there than 4 cops, right? If you rush the cops, you have a chance of succession. Somebody's going to catch something.
Correct.
That group of people all have to be willing to be the one to catch it.
And I got to convince all of y'all, let's go. This.
We got to do it. It's one of them things where your mind is in sync. Like, you know what? They'll get us and they're going to get one of us. I don't know which one it's going to be. Are y'all willing to take that chance? Are you willing to roll those dice to find out?
Agreed.
Now, mind you, if you are having your weapon out and you pull your weapon out and you put it to him and you say, let him up, Maybe they get up. I don't know. But the messed up part in the whole situation is we should never have to do that.
Never should have to think about it.
You arrested him for a $20 counterfeit bill. First of all, how do you know that he didn't get that money from somebody?
Bruh, forgery, if I present a fake bill, that's not forgery. If I'm making fake bills,
exactly.
Why did 4 cops show up anyway?
Oh, and the owner of the store was not there.
And he was brown.
Yes, he wasn't there. He said that his employees called.
Oh, somebody.
He also made a statement that he would never call the police again from the store because of the situation like that happened.
I bet you
called somebody on a fake $20 bill.
Allegedly.
And you sent 4 cops.
That's tough, man.
That's at least 4 cops is at least 2 cop cars.
At least. And the way they're doing stuff now is probably 4.
Exactly. Because where I live at, cops travel solo.
You rarely see
cops travel solo. So if you see 4 cops, you see 4 cars. But at least two partners, at least a person with a part. But at the end of the day, man, this been going on for years.
Well,
what happened?
But it's happening to blacks. It's not happening to white Jews. It's not happening to Asians.
No, I'm talking about, I'm strictly talking about what's happening to people that look like us. But what I'm saying is, the only reason that people are standing up and voicing their opinion, in my opinion, is because stuff is getting broke everywhere. It's people putting bricks through different cities.
I was very surprised. I was very surprised at that. I was very surprised at all.
I will say this.
I was very surprised.
I've always been a quasi conspiracy theorist. I'm not all the way over there with that.
Oh no, speak on it, Dave, because I know where you're going.
But what I've seen, all of the damage being done is not by the people that look like us either.
Exactly. Majority of stuff getting broke is done by the others. But
and they blaming it on us.
If you throw, but see, here's the thing: when you throw a brick through a store that sells nice clothes and shoes,
it's over.
Oh, we in there.
I was watching a live the other night from St. Louis. They went in the mobile store. They took every iPad and iPhone.
Exactly.
And they hit the shoe store and the jewelry store. It was nothing.
The jewelry store.
It wasn't nothing else.
It wasn't a Hey, I saw one dude walking out with the mannequin.
That's what I'm saying. I can use this.
He wanted the he couldn't get the pants off of.
I need these trousers. These look nice.
I need them, and I ain't got time to undress the mannequin, so I'm taking it. It's somebody right now with a mannequin in his living room, butt naked.
Or lower torso.
Or
lower torso with a hat on. He got a hat on and some sunglasses. He said, hey, I'm going to put him by the window, make y'all think I'm home.
I'll wear these later.
Hilarious.
Listen, for those of you who don't know, you're watching RDR. We're in the virtual studio today. We are going to recap. We started off talking about the NBA restarting, and I don't think that recorded. So we're gonna run through that again. I just want to make sure that we got it because we want to hear the people hear our reactions to that. So listen, the NBA is coming back, as we know. It looks a lot different than what I thought it was going to look like. As we talked about earlier, and I'll just recap it, and then we'll go through some of the same things we talked about. They're going to leave 8 teams at home. 22 teams will be allowed to participate in the extended season, as we'll call it. There will be 8 regular season games for each team, potential play-ins for the last few spots in the playoffs, and then the regular playoffs as we know them with 8 teams in each conference, and then the conference champions will meet and play for the NBA Finals. Games starting July 31st, potential last game for the Finals, Game 7, October 12th.
So you and since we got to reiterate, I'm gonna touch on a couple of things. You have a lot of the teams in the East. They solidified 6 spots, so there's 2 spots open, and you got 3 teams battling for the last 2 spots, which will be Orlando, Washington, and Brooklyn. 7 spots are solidified in the West, you got about 6 teams battling for one spot. Like I told the fellas, the other 8 teams, I think the NBA should have drafted the players from the 8 teams and put on the other teams. I think right there would have gave, because you got players on those teams. You got dogs, right? Like nobody's tuning in to watch Chicago. They're tuning in to watch Zach LaVine. Nobody cares what none of them other cats is doing, okay? They tuning in for Zach.
But hey, Ron, I know what you're up to. You just trying to see Steph with the freak early. I know what you think.
No, because you know what, though? I don't think – no, because if you think like this, they would have got the last pick out of 22. Because they still the number 1 team.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, but no, I think – I'm going to be honest. I think with what – I thought you said it first. I think that Steph would have wound up with Bradley Beal.
Yeah, he in Washington, or he's in who else is in the East fighting down at the bottom?
Orlando, Brooklyn.
He done got with his other light-skinned brother Aaron Gordon, you know.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I just think you gotta pay him. Put him out there.
Ryan, go ahead.
No, I was just saying your boy Tristan Thompson could have played with LeBron again. You know what I'm saying? He could have got drafted.
Oh, he probably wouldn't have got picked.
He's the best player on the Cavs.
No, the best player on the Cavs is Colin Sexton. And then Kevin, sorry. The best player on the Cavs, because I'm keeping it a bean, is Kevin Love. Then Colin Sexton.
Then Tristan Thompson.
Tristan Thompson might be 5th. Because Ryan, we talking player. We talking player. What you can do. He might be 5th. He ain't better than Cedi Osman. Tristan Thompson is not a better basketball player than Cedi, dog. He's not better.
Tristan Thompson gives great effort.
Okay.
So
when that equal points, let me know.
So the season is returning. They're going to have this quasi bubble. Whoever's in the bubble, there's going to be limited access in and out. There's going to be a controlled environment. Everybody's going to convene in Orlando early July, be quarantined for a short period of time. Games starting on the 31st. They basically freed up about $300 million in game salary with those 80 additional games, because I think it was 220 something that were supposed to be played that will not be played. Then, obviously once the season is over, then you start talking about draft lottery, free agency, and then a draft in August at some point.
This is the poster child for
or in October, I'm sorry.
For wishful thinking.
What you got?
Meaning what?
This going to end bad. I got a feeling this ain't going to end bad.
Meaning what?
This ain't going to work, bro.
What you mean, man?
You got all them folks in one area, man, and it's just you still
Orlando,
got this thing in the air.
Orlando big, man. Florida lightweight been clear, right?
I don't know, have it? Because
Man,
you got guys coming. You got guys coming from everywhere.
Ryan, what's in Florida? Disney World or Disneyland?
Disney World. Yeah.
World. Okay. Disney World opened up already.
Yeah,
they gotta get that money. They gotta
last
pay.
week or something.
Okay, then. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Florida was real strict on when you come in here, you quarantine. Get up out of here. They looking at everything. So
when they fly in, they're gonna have 14 days off.
Florida, cool.
Hey, Ryan, listen to me, man. They didn't open up all the bars in Cleveland. What's your point?
My point is a bar in Cleveland ain't Disney World. Because if I go to a bar in Cleveland and Mickey Mouse is serving me a drink, I'm leaving.
Well,
I'm getting out of there because there's rats in here.
And we didn't say this earlier, but there'll be 3 different venues, and they're going to scale down at one point once there's less teams playing. 2 venues and then 1 venue. They're going to be playing all day. It's going to be like a 4-hour break between games.
Hey, that's sweet. That's sweet. And look, man, I think
as far as TV, oh yeah,
like a combine. It's like a combine.
I think it should be. I think it should be minimum people in there, so you can just hear the ball squeaking. Real basketball, man.
Oh my God.
Real basketball, just that ball, and you get to hear that player telling that other one, "You cannot guard me."
Because they do that a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, man. This I want it.
No, so here's the question.
I want it, man.
We didn't talk about this before, but first of all, is this going to be what kind of channel is this going to be on? Because there's going to be a lot of cussing on there.
This it don't matter. It don't matter.
ESPN.
No,
ESPN.
no. It's and look, listen to me. Everybody that's been getting the basketball for decades is gonna be the still ones getting it. It's gonna be on TNT. It's gonna be on ESPN.
Yeah. Because ESPN and Disney is in conjunction. So.
Correct.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Disney secretly own everybody.
Facts.
So Disney, hey, Mickey Mouse is somewhere right now counting the money, talking about they better hurry up. In a minute, football gonna be played in Disneyland. They better make it happen. I'm telling you, man, it's going down.
Now, some of the things that we didn't mention, that we did mention the first go around, I just want to make sure we touch on those things. The 8 teams are going to have like an OTA situation at some point. That hasn't been ironed out yet. That's the 8 teams that don't qualify, for the extended season. In addition, they've got protocol in place for a player who potentially tests positive. They're going to move expeditiously to move that person out. Of course, they'll watch the people that they come in contact with. But with this being a big bubble, it also can be looked at as a big incubator. So that could really be a bad situation the minute somebody gets it. Knock on wood. Of course, we don't want that to happen. But
Taking time bomb, man.
Because they've said that the bubble is limited, the in and out of it, but they're going to allow them to golf, public restaurants, and do some other things. I feel a certain kind of way about that part of it. I'm excited to see the NBA come back. I've been fiending for it. So I've been watching old games like nobody's business. Even on the Madison Square Garden channel, they had the Knicks and the Pistons from like '84 on there the other day. I didn't even know half them do. Like, who is this guy?
King of New York.
Like, wow, look at these bums.
King of New York.
Was it black? Was it in black and white?
Almost. It wasn't in HD, that's for sure. That wasn't even SD.
Since it's been gone, I ain't been watching nothing.
I've been on it, man.
I've been watching Netflix.
I've been checking the NBA channel every day just to see what's happening. They had game 1 of the 2015 finals on there last night. The overtime game.
Kyrie messed his knee up.
Yep, that's right. Cavs didn't score in overtime until there was about 3-4 seconds left in the game.
Blew his kneecap out. It disintegrated under his knee pad.
So let me ask you this. I asked you before, but I want to get your reaction again so the people hear it. Is the event, and I'm going to try to phrase it the same way for my friend Ron, is the eventual champion of 2020, whether it be the Boston Celtics, the Milwaukee Bucks, Los Angeles Lakers, the Clippers, whoever it is, are they a true champion?
I'm going to say this. Yes, they're a true champion.
Okay.
It was a true champion when the Spurs played 50 games.
Okay.
It was a true champion when the Miami Heat played 65 games.
Okay.
So, yes, I believe that it being so late into the season, you already had people in position. That's why it's only 3 spots open right now.
Okay.
Because everybody was doing what they needed to do up until March 11th, where you basically had 13 teams out of 16 ready.
Okay.
We playoff bound. Let's get it. And you had 13 teams ready, 3 spots open for 17 teams. So at the end of the day,
you had 15 to 19 games left.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but the 6 teams in the East had already clinched. 6 clinched it.
Yeah,
only 2 spots open.
There was no chance for Cleveland or Chicago.
No chance. It's certain people that didn't have a chance. Let's say, first of all, I'm going to keep it 100. If you got 2 spots in the East and you got three teams, Orlando, Washington, and Brooklyn, battling for it, one of them teams about to be super duper salty.
Well, Washington's on the outside looking in. They 6 games behind Orlando and Brooklyn.
Well, whatever the case,
with 8 to play, that's
with 8 to play, it's kind of weird. They gotta. That's why a draft of the other 8 teams would have scared people.
And I didn't think about this part, but so we got teams that have clinched and the teams that have nothing to play for are removed. What's seeding? I was gonna say, what's the incentive for the teams that are at the top not to just?
It's probably listen though, for a team like Milwaukee, just get rhythm. You got to get rhythm now, right? You got 8 games to get rhythm.
But do you have to win the games though?
You got to get rhythm, Dave.
Yeah. You want to play. It does matter who you play in the first, second, and.
Well,
see, here's the thing, right? A team like Milwaukee, let's say, for all intents and purposes, they will stay number 1. Okay, they're going to either play Orlando, Brooklyn, or Washington.
Okay,
I want to see.
They'll be in the second round. I don't care which one of them they play.
I want to see Milwaukee.
Okay, I don't care which one of them they play.
Milwaukee versus who, Ryan?
Brooklyn with KD.
You want KD?
I don't care. Listen, I don't care if they had KD and Kyrie Irving. I don't care if they had Dinwiddie, Jason Kidd. Listen.
No. LeVert hurt himself. Didn't LeVert hurt himself or no?
No.
He should be healthy.
No. I don't care if they had Dinwiddie, Kenny, what's his name? Kenny, what's the cat used to play for them? Kenny Anderson. I don't care if they had Derek Coleman. I don't care if they had Vince Carter. I don't care if they had Kerry Kittles, Kenyon Martin, DeAndre Jordan, Kevin Durant. They can't beat the freaking 7. He's going to, man, it's a wrap. I don't care who they play.
If KD come back, then listen to me. I got $50 bet on it.
My God, you hear this guy. Okay.
Then what, they going to beat the Bucks?
They're going to beat the Bucks.
Ooh.
If KD's back. That's the thing. If KD comes back.
Now, you gave us a book.
Hey, before my book it was, what was my book it?
What did it say with Washington?
Oh.
I can't remember what it was now.
Come on, man. You the youngest one on the whole in the whole thing, man.
Well, I forgot. I'm also over here sipping. I don't know what I had said. I will remember it. Okay. But I'm gonna take his $50.
Okay.
Cause KD ain't never played with these dudes a day in his life.
KD put the ball in the basket.
I don't care. It's gonna be one man show against a team that has shown you for the first 60-something games of the season, they were the most rhythm team in the NBA this year.
Kyrie Irving and a Kevin Durant.
Last time Kyrie Irving went up against Bledsoe, he got his mouth toe out. So okay, cool. The bet is already in the wood, and they ain't playing anyway. So that's why you're 50 seconds. If it ain't, I won't.
So I will say this, and we talked about this earlier, but I want to make sure the listeners hear it. Vegas has adjusted the odds for the Nets in the event.
You better adjust the odds. You better adjust.
Kyrie.
Better adjust the odds.
You know, so just one
y'all can look, man. The Brooklyn Nets are not the Golden State Warriors. They do not have rhythm. They do not have what Golden State had. So bringing KD back to a team he never suited up with a day in his life. He don't know where cats want the ball at. They don't know where he wanted at. It's a wrap. He going to go there and look. I would love it. They'll lose in 4.
Wow.
Hey, double my money if they lose in 4.
You got that, Ryan?
Double your money. That's a sweat.
If they lose, double my money if they lose in 4. They'll get blew out.
$100. That's $100.
KD will play 2 games, and it'll be out of reach, and he'll go sit down.
So check this out, Ryan. I didn't get your reaction. Is the eventual champion an asterisk or no?
No, because everybody has an equal opportunity to play and to win. Everybody gonna be sloppy. Everybody gonna be sloppy looking anyway. So it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be very entertaining.
I got a different take. You know, again, we talked about conspiracy theory earlier, and you know me. I feel no matter who wins it, there's going to be an asterisk. Not necessarily for me.
No asterisk. No, this is basketball.
But you know how it goes.
Hey,
I'll put it to you like this.
Hey, that's Dave's opinion, man. Respect it.
And it's not me. It's not me at all, but I know what's coming. If the Los Angeles Lakers and LeBron James win this thing, they'll be
But listen though, if not to cut y'all off, if they do, and they tried to put an asterisk when Miami won it and only played 65 games. They tried to put one on the Spurs. At the end of the day, when you host that trophy up, you can say whatever you want. I'm the champion. Let's move on.
I'm the champion.
Got that ring.
I'm the champion.
But the LeBron haters are going to go crazy if he wins it.
Oh, the LeBron haters is gonna go crazy if he win, and you say it's after. They also gonna go crazy when he loses and say it's because his rhythm was off.
If
Look,
they don't win,
the LeBron people out here,
what they call
all
them?
should probably get a check.
The LeBron sexuals.
The LeBron sexuals. They should all get a check. They say some of the craziest stuff. You can't have an argument with them. They be acting like they want to fight. All that other weird, man. Come on, man. Hey, get knocked out for somebody you don't know if you want to.
Now, speaking of LeBron,
flat out, get put to sleep for somebody you do not know if you want to.
Saturday, he and Anthony Davis and J.R. Smith were spotted riding bikes in L.A.
Hold on.
I'm going there.
It sounds like. Yeah, because JR.
Yeah, this was Saturday. Somebody had the camera phone.
That's my guy. Pick 5.
Ron went by. AD went by.
It's that joke.
Earl went by. So then I said, I wonder if maybe they trying to feel JR out, see what's going on. Then,
no, they can't. Hey, hold up, Dave. They can't. Listen, that would be cheating.
Why?
You can't add nobody to that roster when the season starts. That's a wrap. That's cheating. That's a wrap. You got to just play. You got to do. Listen, they can't do that.
Why can't they?
If you already add the guy, because you got 8 games left, play ball. You can't go add nobody, man.
You know
so listen. So if you do that, then the person that you're kicking off your team better get all his money.
Now that I'm not involved in that, but
he better get all his money. Hey, look, J.R. Smith might have some legal problems in a minute.
But did you saw that then? I
don't think he should.
He's getting sued.
But he might. But here's the thing, right?
He probably won't win, but he getting sued.
If I'm JR caked up, right? If I'm JR and that guy tries to sue me, then I won't charges pressed for him damaging my property. And 9 times out of 10, that dude probably got some on his record. Throw him in jail. Because he got what he deserved.
He's not going to win the lawsuit, but he's going to press charges.
He got what he deserved, man. You know what I'm saying?
Couple punches, a couple stomps.
Couple kicks, you know what I'm saying? Hey. Dogged him.
A little bit.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, he in California. That's what JR's from. So, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he's still cool with everybody.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But I think there will be some roster moves. We'll see. Not a lot, but there will be some, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, is it anybody at home that's sitting on the couch that you think is going to make his appearance? Probably Ryan's guy, that old cat that play in the G League.
Yeah, for the Lakers. Yeah, he coming back. Yeah, Mr. Gray Hair.
Silver?
Mr. Gray Hair.
I don't even know his name. Mr. Silver? Yeah.
Old bum, man.
He ain't no bum.
He a 40-year-old rookie. Man, get him out of here, bum. He a bum, man.
I just saw this, too. There will be one back-to-back in the 8-game extended season.
All teams got to play it?
One back-to-back.
LeBron gonna sit it out for load management. Hey, if your boy Kawhi Leonard sit any games out for load management, he is trash. I swear, listen, if any player sit a game out for load management, they are garbage. They have taken a Draymond Green spot on my list. If anybody take it out, if anybody, I don't care who it is.
And that's your hero.
They're taking some games off.
If anybody take a game off for load management, man,
they doing it.
He getting it.
They gonna do it.
Man, please. Who you, man?
And also, because they're in Orlando, the
Anthony Davis.
Raised, will the Magic have to be a part of the bubble as well? And they will be. So the way it's laid out, all personnel will be in one hotel, and they're basically an NBA compound, so to speak.
The Magic is going to be the team that make it, man.
You think so?
Yeah.
The fix is in.
Yeah.
You said the fix is in?
Yeah, the fix is in.
No. I got to take it. My book it was Washington would make it. That was my book.
What I thought you said Washington would make it. That's what I thought you said.
My book it was Washington.
We talked about John Wall. He said
he's impossible.
Huh?
It's damn near impossible.
He said
they about to go on a run.
John Wall said he's more explosive and everything than he ever was. You think he'll play? We talked about KD.
No, I should sit him too.
But Willie though, cause he ready.
Bradley Beal. Listen, you about another book it. Bradley Beal is about to score more points in 8 games than any other player in NBA history.
Wow.
Book it.
Wow.
See, Ryan, I come with funky. You come with bets you know ain't gonna happen, man.
So you talking
your
about
your disclaimer in the beginning, you said you was emotional, so that I take that as emotional.
I'm very emotional. Hey, I don't think that time's up. Hey, Dave, cut that because that didn't get recorded, so I ain't saying nothing like that.
What's that?
I don't think that was when it was recording. That
emotional part.
I don't think that happened, bro.
What you got? Candy? What you got going over there, man?
Yeah, I got some kids. I got some mambas.
God, Snack King Cole.
I love it. So listen, that's all for today. We just wanted to stop by and talk to everybody, put this up, give our reactions to the league returning, and then also talk about some of the things that are going on in our country right now that Ron brought to us at the very beginning of this video. As always, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share on the YouTube channel. Also like, subscribe, and share on whatever podcast platform you listen to. You will be getting our podcast shows on both platforms, and then there'll be other content on YouTube that may or may not make it to the podcast side. So make sure you stay tuned, stay informed, and we'll be talking about the NBA up through October with real
It's
time.
coming, baby. It's back. It's back, baby.
Different, but we're excited about it, and we got to get together and work some things out. But I would like to possibly do I got some ideas on some stuff regarding once we get to the playoffs. So we'll be in touch with you guys on that and keep the stuff that we're doing. We're going to make it happen. So as always, live well, laugh often, love much. This is RDR Talking Numbers. We'll talk to you soon.
We out. Peace.
All right. Bye.